Hey guys, it's Bree. I wanted to talk to you really quickly about Alexandra Fuller's Don't Let's Go to the Dogs Tonight. It's a memoir about her childhood. She grew up in the 1970s when Rhodesia was breaking up and becoming Zimbabwe. And she released this memoir, I think a while ago. I first heard about it on an NPR piece with Carrie Miller, if you have ever listened to NPR. And it is just really fantastic. I'm not normally a memoir kind of person. I enjoy them well enough, but it's one of those things I can kind of take them or leave them. And the way Alexandra Fuller describes things in her childhood in this book is so fantastic. Her family was essentially British expats who went and settled in Rhodesia, kind of under the promise that there'd be like riches and that they'd be, fantastically set up and things like that. And she and her sister are both very, very little at the time. Growing up there, she's exposed to a lot of really interesting dynamics. Her family, has that sense of superiority in that they're European and that they're British. Her parents are both really struggling with, one, trying to make ends meet, trying to raise their daughters the way that they think, good British girls should be raised. And they're really struggling with this feeling that everything's against them. It's right at the breakdown of colonialism, and especially the breakdown of colonialism in Africa, as far as we can talk about neo-colonialism a different time. And so she's, describing this family dynamic where her parents are both really struggling, and as kids they can't really understand what's going on. They're trying to navigate the kind of culture that they are seeing and experiencing every day and the kind of culture that they're told that they belong to. It's a story about mental illness and the kind of pain that comes with loss, even when that loss doesn't seem tangible. Fuller has just fantastic descriptions of her surroundings, a really interesting sense of how to make a reader experience what she's going through. And like I said, memoirs to me are something I can generally take them or leave them, because they're not necessarily based on plot, and sometimes it feels to me that they're a little bit false, right? Because when you are describing your own life to someone, you are only, one, describing it through your own perspective, and two, really only describing things in the way that you think that they ought to be described, and so there's not necessarily always a balance in your narrative. But this was pretty solid. I think I'd give it a 4 or 5 out of 5 stars. It's a very sad book, because of, you're watching this family kind of really struggling. You're watching the breakdown of their dreams, and at the same time you have to be a little bit excited for the people that they are living with, because it's like the first time that a lot of their servants and their staff are really having any kind of equanimity. And even then you're seeing the structures of those new kind of revolutionary governments start to fall in on themselves and start to really kind of backlash in a way that a lot of post-revolutionary governments do. It's really, I think, worth the read. Just, like I said, just heart-wrenching. Anyways, I will talk to you all later. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Let me know what you're reading in the comments. If you read Fuller's Don't Let's Go to the Dogs Tonight, let me know what you thought of it. Bye!